Anyway, we discussed Porifera and Nidaria. So tell me some features of Porifera. Raise your hand. Yes, Umar, you tell me. Yes, Umar. Yes, tell me. Yes. Yeah. So this is picture of Porifera. Yes. This is Porifera. See. And the hair you can see this whole body is covered with pores. They're having this pores on their body surface through which they absorb water and nutrients from the surrounding water because they are aquatic. They are marine. Marine means they grow in salty water. So this is structure of porifera. Another one more I will show you porifera's picture. That is here. See, in this is very clear that I told you that at the top they have the large pore. This is the large pore. Because of that, they look like vase, and this is the large pore through which the excretory substances they excrete out. This is large pore. This is they having the at the center, at the top, the large pore through which they excrete out the waste. So this is porifera. Another picture is I. This is of these are some example of Nidaria or Coelenterata. So this is, see, I told you that in the center they having the small, they having the opening that is just like a mouth, and they having the finger like projection around the mouth. Here you can see they are the tentacle. Finger like projection. They are the tentacle. These are tentacles. With the help of they help in movement as well as to catch the prey, means to get the food. These tentacles help to push the food towards the opening which they have at the center, free floating, having the upper side, and the attached form of the Nidarians, they are having these tentacles at the lower surface. Yes. Want to say something? Yes. So they are few Nidarians. This Hydra is also the member of Coelenterata. Jellyfish is also member of Coelenterata. So they are some example of Coelenterata. Coelenterata, they are also they are also found in marine, but some can be found in the fresh water. Like Hydra, it grow in fresh water. They are the tentacles. In Hydra also they are the tentacles. With the help of this, they just move, as well as they just catch the prey, or they get the food with the help of the tentacles. Spelling of tentacle, Tentacles, tentacles. So they are of two type. One is attached form, another is free floating form. Right. So now let's start platyhelminthes. These two we have discussed in the previous class. Yes. So platyhelminthes also we discussed in the previous class. I think so. Yes, we discussed or not? Platyhelminthes. Yes, Umar. What do you want to say? What? A part of flatworm. This is the member of platyhelminthes, and here you can see that it's just like a leaf. This is flattened, ribbon like, or you can say leaf like. They just flat, and the body is soft. So and they are parasite of human being or animals body, means they live in the intestine of human being. So they are the parasite. And how, see here, if you see here at the, they having, one opening at the top, and that act as a mouth as well as anus, both means that opening is intake the food as well as excrete out the waste. So they have only one opening through which they get the food, and they exit, they get rid of waste from the same opening. So they having the only one opening at the top of the body. They having suckers or hooks also on their head around the mouth, which help them to grip the body of the host. Means they are attached to the body of the host. Like if they are in small intestine of the human being, so they just attach to the wall of the small intestine to absorb the nutrient. So to attach with the surface, they having the suckers or the hooks. Okay, then. Now the next is nematoda. Nematodes, they are round worms. Like platyhelminthes, they are flat worm. Platyhelminthes, they are the flat worm. They are just leaf-like or the flattened, or you can say ribbon-like. But nematode, they are round worm. Their body is rounded or cylindrical. Then thin, long, thin, cylindrical, unsegmented body. Means their body is unsegmented. The body not having the segments on their body. You can say the smooth surface is there. There's no what you can say demarcation of the different segments. The they are also parasite, and they live inside the digestive tract of human being and herbivorous animals. Some also live in the soil and water. Means they are the parasite. They live in human being and animals body, and some are living in soil and water as well. and they have a tube-like digestive system with a mouth at one end and the body at one end. Means they having the mouth and anus to opening. When I told you that yes. So when I told you platyhelminthes, they are, having the one opening and that act as a mouth and anus both. But in nematode, they having the two opening, one as a mouth and another is as anus. Means one to get the food in, to intake the food, and another to get rid of waste. There's some example like Ascaris and hookworm. So the pictures are there in your book. So what about the nematode? They are cylindrical, long and thin body, and they have two opening. What is the difference between platyhelminthes and roundworm? They are having, or you can say nematode, that platyhelminthes having one opening, and roundworms having two opening. Platyhelminthes is flat or thin or ribbon like, and nematode they are cylindrical, unsegmented body. Both are parasite, but platyhelminthes and the nematode both are parasite, and they having the proper digestive system also. They have tube-like digestive system and the roundworm. Now annelids. Okay, annelids have a long cylindrical body, just like nematodes, but their body is segmented. The body having the small rings, the ring-like segment on the body. That is called annuli. 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 So, what is the difference between nematodes and annelids? The annelids having the segments on their body, ring-like segments on their body, and nematode having the smooth body, non-segmented body. Right here, this is earthworm. This is the member of Annelida, and here you can see this body is having the segment, the ring-like segments on their body. So they are mostly free living worms that live in the soil and water, and they have a mouth at the tip of the body and anus at the another end. So they having the two opening like nematodes, but they having the segmented body and nematode having non-segmented body. Yes. So this is the difference between both nematode having unsegmented body and annelid having a segmented body. Uh-huh. So this is the picture of annelids. And, so yes, you tell raise your hand and tell me the difference of platyhelminthes and tomato. Yes, Salama. Yes, Salama. You tell me. Hmm. Yes, tell me. Yeah. Yes. What is the difference between? Hmm. Yes, tell me what is the difference. Okay. Yes. So means like platyhelminthes they are flat and nematode they are round. Platyhelminthes having one opening that act as mouth as well as anus, and nematode have two openings. That is one as like mouth, another as like anus. What is the function of mouth? To take food in. And what is the function of anus? To get it the waste from the body. Another this what is the difference between nematode and annelida? Just now I told just one difference, so you tell me and raise your hand. One difference. Hmm. So nematoda are non unsegmented and annelida is segmented. Yes. So these segments are known as annuli. These segments are known as annuli, and they are mostly free living. Means like a platyhelminthes and nematodes, I told you they are parasite, but they are free living. They live in soil and water. You know, the earthworm is a member of Annelida, and it's a good friend of farmer's friend. Why? Because it makes the yes. Do you know that why it known as farmer's friend? Raise your hand. Hmm? Anybody having idea about it? What? That's good, mashallah. Yes, and another thing that it makes airy. When it moves in the soil, it leaves the hole behind, and that makes the soil means that lose the soil, and that means these what you can say holes makes the soil airy, because air is also needed for the survival of the plant, for the respiration. Root need oxygen, so these help to make the soil airy, and of course fertile also. But the what you can say complex, the fragment of complex organic matter they eat, or you can say they convert into the simpler organic matter. Means they eat the complex organic matter, and the feces which is released, that is the converted into the simpler form. So they makes the soil fertile and soil airy. That's why they are known as farmer's friend.